Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, or welcome if you are new here. Thank you so much for joining us. So today's video is actually going to be the first part of a three-part series in animal print. So we're going to be looking at our leopard print today, and then we're also going to look at giraffe and also tiger print. So keep in mind that we've got the next two videos in animal prints as well. And make sure you hit that bell notification so that you're notified when we do upload those videos. But yeah, let's get on with the video. So this is our first tip. By the way, you might hear that heater in the background. Still very cold here in Queensland, Australia, and the weather is just so horrible. It's so dark and rainy and horrible. Makes me want to go back to bed. Let me know in the comments what the weather is like wherever you are, and also where you are watching this from. I'm very interested and very curious because I know they've got summer up north as well. Anyway, I am rambling. So this is going to be our first tip. So I'm going to show you a very basic leopard print design for a Salon set. So this is a very common one that you see around, and this is a very quick and very easy one that you can do in the salon as well. So for this design, I'm just going to use a basic sort of nude brown color from Jellyfit. This is the number. So it's a very pale nude brown. As you can see there. Oh, I need to shake that up. So we're going to put 2 coats of this onto our tip. Is our tip with 2 coats of that polish on it. So now I've got my palette over here. So for this design we're going to use our Black Betty from Magpie. So this is just a black gel polish. There you go. So you don't need a lot on the palette. And we're also going to use a brown. So for this one, I'm using the Decadent from InStyle Nail Supplies. They're an Australian brand. I really need to clean my bottles. Just a little dollop of that. And then we're going to grab our dotting tool. So I'd probably don't use the big one. I'd use a smaller one for this design. And what we're going to do is we're going to start off by creating the center of each pattern. So if you have a look at leopard print, they have sort of like a brown center with the black markings around it. So going into our brown. And all you want to do is just sort of create random shapes around the nail. They don't have to be perfect circles, but you also don't want them to be too big because we are going to be putting the black pattern around it. Do some smaller ones. Like so. Then I'm going to take my small fine brush. So this is the mini from Get Buffed. And like you'll see in my previous video, if you have watched it, I like to give my brushes a clean in some clear gel polish just to get rid of any excess, any leftover polish that's in there from the previous use. Just giving it a nice wipe through there. Then going into our black, gonna just get some on the tip of the brush. And the important thing about this pattern is to not overthink it. The only thinking that you need to do is where to place your different dots, but don't overthink the shape or the I suppose the style of pattern as well. You know you're doing a leopard print, but leopard print is very random and all over the place. Alright, so now we're going to go around and do the black parts. So with the leopard, it's generally a larger section, a larger line going around your dot at the top, like so, and then a smaller line at the bottom, like so. Let me zoom in. And I'll show you that again. So you've got larger section at the top, like so, and a smaller line at the bottom, like so. So I'm going to go around and do all of those, just sort of alternating how much the top line goes around the brown part that you've got there. So I'll show you another one on here. So here we're going to go almost all the way around with a little dot at the bottom. Very basic leopard print. So you can add more pattern on there if you want. So this is just a demonstration of how to do it. So I've just put some matte top coat over the top so that it shows up nice and clearly. For our second design, I'm going to change it up a bit. I'm going to paint the background in this pink color. So you don't have to stick to your browns when it comes to this type of design. You can do so many different colors. I actually recently did a sort of neon based one in, it was like orange and turquoise or something like that in the Salon. So you can have a look at that over on the Instagram. But yeah, I'm going to change it up. This is the color I'm using, also from Jellyfit. So we're going to go ahead and put 2 coats of this on the tip. So we've got 2 coats on our tip. So we're going to use our black and brown again, just because it's already on the palette. So the same as the previous art, we're going to go in with our dotting tool and we're going to create the center of the pattern. so now we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to add an extra step. So we're going to create the black outline for each of these sort of dots, splotches, whatever you want to call them. But yeah, we're going to add in an extra step in there for this more advanced pattern. So going into our black, I'll do this one here. So we're going to go in and we're going to create our outline part. I'm sure there's an official name for this part. Like so. And adding in the bottom part. Then what we're going to do is just wipe off the excess with our brush. And what you want to do is do little sort of sweeping motions through the black. Let me just zoom in for a bit. To sort of create a, like so. And from the top, like so. So we're going to go around and do that on all of them now.
Every summer needs a soulful ending. Every city needs a song they're singing. I was the kid with the crosshair on me, the one who said I won't do what you tell me. You're better off with nothing. You're better off with nothing. Nothing at all. With nothing at all. When the cavalry came in, we were only 18 with the shack that we lived in. She said we had to hurry, had the world in our hands, with all the songs in our heads from the best band. You're better off with nothing. You're better off with nothing. I'm better off with nothing. We're better off with nothing. Nothing at all. Nothing at all. At all.
So there is the second design. It's a bit more of an advanced design. I probably could have done without that one in the middle, but that's alright. For our third one, we're going to do a bit more of an advanced design using some gold foil. It's still quite easy that you can still do in the salon. It just takes a little bit of extra time. So for the background color, we're going to do a bit more of a darker red color. This is the number. It's a very beautiful autumn color. So we're going to put 2 coats of that on the tip.
With nothing at all.
There is our tip with our 2 coats on it. I really love this color. So I haven't wiped off the tacky layer because we need the tacky layer to stick our foil to it. So if you haven't used this foil before, let me just give you a heads up. It's quite difficult to work with. I like to use some tweezers when I'm working with it. So for this, we're going to use the gold foil for the middle part of our pattern. So like in the previous designs, we used the brown. We're going to use some gold foil for that. So again, it's quite difficult to work with, but I highly recommend it. Also be very careful because it's very light, so it floats away quite easily. So there, I think we've got enough gold on there. Just gently put this back. Alright, so then grabbing our palette again. We're going to still use black for the outline of the pattern. Something going dark in here. So we're still going to use black for the outline of the pattern. So just grabbing some black on our palette and grabbing our brush. Same brush we used last time. And I'm going to do the design from, I'm going to do the pattern from the first design because I feel more comfortable with that one and I actually really like that one. So just going around all the gold and creating the pattern. there is our third design complete. So I actually put some shiny top coat on this one just to make the gold pop a bit. But there is using the gold foil to create the leopard print. And what's really nice about the gold foil is that the random shapes that it creates when you put it down helps to keep the pattern nice and random. But yeah, very happy with that. So there are our 3 designs. I personally like to do this design of leopard print rather than this middle one. I find this middle one a bit messy, but that's me. Some people prefer to do this style, and some people prefer to do these 2 styles here. But yeah, so that's our leopard print. It's our first video in our animal print series. So next week we'll have another animal print. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to leave a like and also hit us up in the comment section about where you're from and what the weather's like where you're from, because it's very dark and horrible and cold here in Queensland, Australia. So yeah, and you can also hit us up on the socials if you have any questions or any design suggestions as well. I'll leave the link for those down in the description box. I'll also leave links towards the products that I've used throughout all of these videos as well. You can always find those down in the description box. But yeah, I will see you in the next video. Bye guys.